Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to pull some cards and share some guidance for Friday, Saturday and Sunday. That's the 27th, 28th and 29th of October 2023. I'm very excited to be sitting here for the first time doing a live stream in my little sculpture garden that is currently in creation and getting ready for my grand studio opening for the first time ever, which is why it's grand, on the 11th and 12th of November. So if you're in Tasmania, please have a look on my ceramics website, leannepeters.com, for information on that if you would like to come visit. So I want to send out a big extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light members, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. Good morning, Lisa and Renee and Lindsay. Welcome. What I'll be doing, if you're new, is I'll be using my Oracle cards to find the best cards that the majority of us need for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'll pull a card for the theme for the 3 days. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust you've been led here for a reason. And I trust that something shared supports you at this time. So please, I suggest to take on board what feels right and what resonates and what fits into your life easily, and let the rest go. So let's see. Think of this as a guide only. And if it helps you in your days, then that's a bonus. So let's grab the best card for Friday, the 27th of October. So Friday the 27th, and the best card for the majority of us is this. It's an Animal Kingdom. I tell you what, it feels so nice to have the sun behind me like this, which is how I used to stream my videos at my old residence. But I'm very excited to have my sculpture garden where I can potentially do this again and we can enjoy the morning sunrise. Hi, Linda. So Friday's card, and Marianne, is the Fiddler Crab. The Fiddler Crab is card 46, and it says to be on guard. So there might be something that we need to protect on Friday. It could be an idea that we need to protect or just keep close to our chest on Friday, not give all the information away prematurely or too much information away prematurely. Sometimes we need to figure out what we're doing first before we announce it, if you like. If there's news or some plan that we've got in the pipeline, we might find it best to sit on it, especially around Friday. There might also be something like how we feel about something that we also might want to keep close to our chest. And while we work out how we really feel, or we work out what our issue is, sometimes our emotions can be so awash and such a mix of intense feeling that we can be a bit confused about what the underlying actual issue is. So I find, for the most part, if I'm feeling a bit awash, or I've got a lot of strong emotion that's coming up for me, I would tend to sit quite privately with that and work out in myself what it's trying to tell me. So there might be something like that too that's coming up for Friday. So this is about being on guard but not being paranoid, keeping things private as needed, at least temporarily, while we sort things out and get things ready behind the scenes, or privately if you like. There's a protective element to this card too, but again, I want to emphasize it's no paranoia here. Let's not be paranoid that someone's going to run off with our ideas, or paranoid that someone's going to overreact to what we have to say. But instead, let's just incubate our goals and ideas. Let's incubate our feelings and what we're trying to sort out internally. Let's incubate that inside ourselves. We might find that really applicable for some of us, at least on Friday. So see how that goes. So let's now look for the best card for Saturday, the 28th of October. Saturday the 28th. And the best card for Saturday is this. It's a Speed of Light Oracle, and it's this. It's Initiation, card 21. It says Mastery, Milestone, Progression, and Greatness. This is about stepping into something now. So it's like being initiated into a new group or a new order or a new level of learning or experience or maturity or skills. It's stepping out now, out of what feels to me like out of being, and not that we're ever out of it, but out of the student learning kind of role, and maybe we find ourselves leading a little bit more on Saturday, and it might just be an automatic thing that seems to happen where we're more of a guide or a teacher where we used to be the student. So the roles may switch over for some of us on Saturday. There is a sense here of keeping ourselves open, especially in the front of our body and in our heart, open as we step forward into the next level and initiated into the next phase of the next chapter of our life. And you know, initiations always come with tests, because in some ways the universe tests us to see if we're really actually ready to take what we've learned to the next level, if we really are ready to alter our role, become a leader or a teacher in some way or in some aspect. So there might be tests around, and not just Saturday. And here actually I'd like to highlight again, as I mentioned last week, I think, that when I talk about the days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's a guide. It's not set in stone. So if something happens for you, if this energy that's for Saturday comes up for you Friday or Tuesday, then it's still applicable. It's the information that's important. So don't put too much weight on the day or the time. Time is very difficult to predict. So there is this sense of stepping out, and we may find ourselves being tested, especially around Saturday, but tested in regards to, are we really ready to go to the next level? And the good thing about initiation tests is that we're not tested on anything new. So when we go into some new experience, that's a new experience that we're learning. And then we might be tested on what we've learned on that 6 or 12 months later. It's like when we sit an exam at school, and hopefully in the exam will be information that we've already learned throughout the year. So it's things we've already been tested on. So if we find ourselves dealing with tests and we're like, wow, I just went through that, I just did that 3 months ago, then this is probably part of the initiation test to initiate or to check to see if you really are ready to move to that next level and step through that new door that's taking us places. So initiation. That's for Saturday. And now, welcome everybody. Let's grab the best card for Sunday, the 29th of October. So Sunday the 29th, and the best card for the majority of us, so peaceful here, is this. It's an animal kingdom. And it's this, the Black Panther. The Black Panther is card 30, and it says, find acceptance. So this is a really huge part of our healing journey, is acceptance. And it can be actually one of the most difficult aspects of our healing journey, including our grief journey as well, to actually find and truly feel, is acceptance. Can you accept the way you are? Can you accept how your life is? Can you accept that that person's not here anymore? And that's a tough one. Can you accept how things changed or how things turned out? So there is a sense, to me, I find acceptance more anchored in reality than forgiveness, for example. I find acceptance is where real healing can take place, and where we can really see the progress that we've made with our healing. And acceptance isn't easy, but it might be something to look at, especially around the weekend and on Sunday, is, are you rejecting? Because rejection seems to be the opposite of acceptance. Are you rejecting or pushing something or someone or yourself away? And if you are, why? And perhaps there's something around acceptance that you can look into to settle into. Is there a way you can find acceptance with this situation to give yourself permission to release and permission to move on if you're ready? If it's a new thing that you're going through, you might not be ready yet. If it's something that's been that you've been dealing with for a while, then maybe the next step for you and for your healing and to really close that door on the pain that you've been carrying or the wounds that you've been carrying with this situation is to find that acceptance. And it is deep. It's a really deep and really powerful and really potent energy to find and to feel in a real genuine way. We can pretend, or I can't, but maybe we can pretend to be accepting of someone or accepting of ourselves or accepting of a situation. But I find it needs to be, or it's most beneficial, anchored in truth. So do we really feel like we can accept ourselves? Are we really feeling like we can accept this person or accept what happened or accept where we find ourselves in life? And it's also not suggesting in my mind that, you know, if it's about accepting where we are in life, I feel it kind of brings a little bit of a peace. But also understanding that if things need to change, if something's not right about our life right now, if things are not in a good place for us, we're not going to be able to accept where we are. We might have to make some changes to move towards that sense of acceptance if that's important to us. So what about your life isn't working? What can you do about it? Is there a solution that can be found? Is there some improvement that you can make? Is there an effort that you can put in that perhaps you've needed to do for a little while? So making those types of changes and improvements can help take us down that path towards acceptance, which is that path towards healing, which is also a path towards peace and also balance. Stability, all that stuff comes when we can find that acceptance, really in that broad sense, but across our life. So perhaps give some thought to what do you need to find acceptance with? What are you struggling to accept? And I know in the past for me, when I was in a big grief state, with the incident that happened in the family that led to a young cousin's passing away, that was really difficult to accept, and I was struggling. It was really struggling to accept it. And then it clicked in me one morning. I just need to find a way to accept this somehow, this tragic, terrible thing. I need to find a way to accept it. And a big part of me being able to accept it was deciding that I'm not going to waste my life. I'm not going to waste my life in a turmoil, because of this young person who was no longer alive, who had this tragic end to their life at such a short life at 18. And I thought, wow, I can't waste any moment of my life. I need to treat this journey and each day as sacred, like I'm holding the torch, I'm holding the light for all of my family and ancestors and loved ones who have walked before and who are no longer here. So part of me being able to accept the passing of this loved one, the passing of this family member, was realising that actually I hold the torch now and I'm not going to waste a moment of my life. I'm going to really live it. And that gave me the acceptance of what happened. And then it also took me deeper into my life. So acceptance is extremely, extremely powerful. So our message for Sunday, and at this time, and we haven't had this card for quite a long time, is to find acceptance. So that's that. So thank you so much. I'm going to pull a theme card to go. Before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment, please share if you're inspired to. And if you'd prefer to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. If you'd like to learn more about the cards, the Speed of Light Oracle or the Animal Kingdom Oracle cards that I created, or my earrings, my pendants, my artwork, my supportive services, there's lots of things I've created over the last almost 19 years of Temple of Balance. So if you'd like to support my work, perhaps become a member if you resonate with my way and approach, then please visit templeofbalance.com.au. And if you're in Tasmania, I have my big grand opening on the 11th and 12th of November, 10 till 4. And also I've got 2 workshops coming up in person. I've got a make a set of cups ceramics workshop on Saturday the 25th, and I've got a acrylic painting workshop on Sunday the 26th of November. So check it out if you're in the area. You'll find them on my ceramics website, which is leannepeters.com. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. Let's grab the best card for our theme. The theme will help bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture. So what is the theme? So I'm feeling that it's something to do with something quite deep opportunity to heal and step into the next level, to deal with things that we're dealing with privately, like the fiddler crab suggested, but also this stepping out, this opening up when we're ready to step out and we're ready to step forward into our life in a more secure and stable and perhaps accepting manner. So there's something quite deep about these next few days. The theme card that wants to add to the theme here is a Speed of Light Oracle card. It's abundance. Nice. This is card 30 and it's called Elementals, and it's the abundance card. So it says blessings, abundance, prayers and opening. Okay, so there's an opening element to this card, and this immediately makes me think of the second card I pulled, Initiation, which is about opening and stepping forward. Also the Acceptance card, the Black Panther, there's a big opening energy with that, because we need to open and soften our rejection of things or our resistance to things, to change, and it's recommended in that card to open up and find acceptance and be willing to do that. Our theme card is about opening as well. Now, the thing that I find quite fascinating is our card for Friday, the Fiddler Crab, is more about keeping things close to our chest. So this may not be the best move for us, just looking at our theme. Or we might be processing things on Friday privately, and then we might feel like we can then open up a bit. And opening up might be that we have a conversation. It might be that we just come to terms with things ourselves and we just feel a bit more open and accepting and able to get into our life a little bit more. We might feel a little private and withdrawn on Friday, at least for part of the day, where we can see how we feel. So this is the abundance card. Abundance is around. It's available to us. It's available to us all. And our general theme at the moment for Friday and the weekend is abundance. So this is perhaps receiving discounts or sales, things on special when we go to buy them. Yes, half price, bonus. So we have a little bit more money in our pocket. It could be a pay rise or an increase in funds or finances somehow. I also think of abundance as opportunities. Being in good health, that's got to be abundance. And this general feeling with abundance of things being in good flow. So if things being in good flow means that we're kind of flow, we move with the rhythm of our life. It doesn't mean we're immune to obstacles and difficulties and challenges, because they're always there. It's just we seem to be able to navigate them a little easier. We're less tense and less overwhelmed, I guess, with the potential challenges that are happening. Now, sometimes we have a lot, so we've got to try and manage that. But in general, this general sense of flow helps us navigate through and around the challenges and obstacles that are still there. So there is an openness here, there is abundance here. And what this card suggests is that we really make sure that this weekend we're not being closed off and pushing away abundance that is potentially available to us. So an example is we may be holding ourselves in a state of lack, like I never have the money I need, why am I living paycheck to paycheck? There's nothing else really coming to mind, but you know, like an attitude or a thought or words that come out that hold us in lack, like that we don't have enough. That sort of energy closes us off. So what we might find helpful this weekend is to be aware of the thoughts and the words that we say that keep us in lack and keep us in poverty, you know, not having enough finances, not having enough opportunities or not having the good things that other people have, for example. If we've got that type of attitude, we might find ourselves continuing to stay closed off to the abundance that's there. I really feel abundance is available to us all, and I liken it to a man walking down the street, and he's got this big sack of coins that represents abundance, and he's walking past our house door. Now, if our house door is closed off because we're in the back room stressing and feeling small, and maybe there's a power that our finances or debt has over us that also keeps us small and closed off, then we've got our door closed to the potential abundance that's walking right on past. There might be abundance so close by we would be amazed if we knew. So what if we could let our lack go? What if we could change our attitude and think of perhaps opening up to a more, or stepping into a more open approach, and imagining that as like opening our door and welcoming the abundance that's there, that's going right past, that we can bring into our life, that is there. So let's make sure we're open to receiving the abundance that's available to us. Let's know that, and find a way to accept that we deserve it, that we work hard, that it is good for us to be in good flow and to welcome abundance into our life. So yeah, that's that really, the abundance card: opening, blessings, prayer. And so if you're feeling the opposite of that, consider how closed off you might be feeling. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, and I will be back to share with you on Monday. Take care of yourself, and sending you lots of sunshine and warmth and bird song to your heart from mine here from Tasmania, Australia. Thank you so much. Bye. Where's me finish? See ya.